Grant Cline didn't climb for spectacle. By 18, he had already moved past the novice stage. He had mastered Yosemite classics like After Six and Nutcracker. He wasn't chasing adrenaline. He was practicing a craft. On June 6th, his preparation followed a familiar, calculated routine. To Grant, the massive granite walls weren't scenery. They were a logistical problem, a problem that demanded years of skill and the courage to trust it. He was heading toward the Royal Arches, a multi-pitch labyrinth rising more than 1,400 feet above the valley floor. Within hours, search teams would stand at the base, looking up at a line that even a climber of his caliber couldn't fully trace. Grant didn't just climb. He approached each pitch as a conversation with the granite. Chalk dust on his fingers, friction against stone, the whisper of wind in the valley. All part of a symphony he knew by heart. Every hold, every crack, every subtle bulge, rehearsed in his mind for weeks. This pursuit began long before Yosemite. In Frisco, Texas, the ground offered no resistance, so Grant sought it elsewhere. At 14, he walked into Canyon's climbing gym. The trajectory of his life changed instantly. He didn't just visit, he inhabited the space. For years, he was the kid who never left, obsessing over the geometry of movement on colorful plastic holds. Over time, he became a route setter, a role that taught him to shape space, to anticipate how a body interacts with every angle. This was mastery on plastic, but no gym could prepare him for granite that fractures under hand pressure. By December, he had spent a third of his life thinking in 3 dimensions. His objective was clear: to transfer that precision from plastic to stone. In Yosemite, Grant didn't just climb. He integrated. He lived cheaply in Boys Town, worked at the lodge, organized every hour around the rock. This wasn't improvisation. It was deliberate, daily practice. He often climbed barefoot, not as a quirk, to heighten sensitivity. Toes on stone read temperature, texture, subtle curves. Barefoot soloing on Royal Arches was an act of extraordinary trust. Granite could be sharp. Granite could be slippery. Yet the skin of his feet became his ultimate instrument. Morning coffee in Camp 4. The scent of pine and chalk. Conversations about line choices and friction. This was his rhythm. Free soloing was the ultimate test of his system. Silence offered no protection. It only removed the comfort of thinking the rock cared. Only a climber with Grant's experience could perceive the true trap of Royal Arches. Most Yosemite classics follow a single, obvious line. Royal Arches does not. It is 16 pitches of interconnected cracks, polished slabs, slippery chimneys, massive overlapping stone bowls. Plastic walls teach control, but nothing prepares you for granite that crumbles beneath fingers. Rotten rock transforms every confident move into uncertainty. Misreading subtle shifts in angle can place even a veteran on unstable terrain. First ascended in 1936, the route remains a test of judgment, precision, and unerring spatial memory. Free soloing is memory in motion. 1,000 feet up, shadows define the rock. At dawn, sunlight bends differently. Shadows vanish. Relief flattens. 3-dimensional rock becomes a 2-dimensional wall of gray. For a soloist, sight is the only safety net. Grant navigated relying entirely on memory. Each move, a dialogue between muscle memory and granite reality. One misstep, a deviation of just a few degrees. Dead end. Smooth, unyielding stone. Too slick to climb, too steep to retreat. The cobra loomed ahead, a visual trap. From a distance, it looked like the logical continuation, but it was a dead end, with the worst granite in the valley. That morning, the system failed. Grant didn't fall from a hard move. He simply veered off course. Nearly 1,000 feet east, he entered the cobra. Granite here crumbles into rotten rock. Slabs break. Flakes fail. For a professional, this is the ultimate nightmare. Everything done correctly, yet the planet beneath you disintegrates. 30 feet can be fatal. Fearlessness was irrelevant. Geography claimed him. When Grant didn't return, Boys Town felt the weight of silence. The search marked one of the first times consumer location sharing technology played a central role in a Yosemite recovery. Using Find My Friends, SAR teams pinpointed his location. The technology, meant to keep him connected, was what led rescuers to his body. Grant hadn't slipped on a difficult move. He had run out of solid ground. Yosemite didn't reject Grant Cline. It treated him like any climber. His name is now part of the valley's climbing record, a reminder that Granite respects precision above all else. The exact circumstances of June 6th remain unknown. Grant was alone, and the Granite of Yosemite keeps its silence. This is not a definitive account. It is a reconstruction based on terrain, movement, and the coordinates where his journey ended. An exploration of the thin line, where mastery appears complete, and the mountain reminds you that certainty does not exist. Grant Cline, 2007 to 2025, forever etched into the history of the valley.